Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 23rd chapter, text number 42. Kim durapadanam tesham pumsam uddama chetasam yairashritas tirthapadas charano vyasanatyayah. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. What is difficult to achieve for determined men who have taken refuge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's lotus feet. His feet are the source of sacred rivers like the Ganges, which put an end to the dangers of mundane life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The words Yair Ashritas Tirtha Padas Charanaha are significant here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Tirtha Pada. The Ganges is called a sacred river because it emanates from the toe of Vishnu. The Ganges is meant to eradicate all the material distresses of the conditioned souls. For any living entity, therefore, who has taken shelter of the holy lotus feet of the Lord, nothing is impossible. Kardama Muni is special not because he was a great mystic, but because he was a great devotee. Therefore, it is said here that for a great devotee like Kardama Muni, nothing is impossible. Although yogis can perform wonderful feats, as Kardama has already displayed, Kardama was more than a yogi because he was a great devotee of the Lord. Therefore, he was more glorious than any ordinary yogi. As it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, out of the many yogis, he who is a devotee of the Lord is first class. For a person like Kardama Muni, there is no question of being conditioned. He was already a liberated soul and better than the demigods who are also conditioned. Although he was enjoying with his wife and many other women, he was above material conditional life. Therefore, the word Vyasanatyayah is used to indicate that he was beyond the position of a conditioned soul. He was transcendental to all material limitations. In the sense, the Bhaktivedanta purport.
So the transcendental position of Kardama Muni, wherein in spite of handling very high mystic powers, he was still a devotee of the Lord. Without getting bewildered by those mystic powers. And here it is said that all his mystic powers all attained because of him taking refuge at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Tirthapada Charanaha. So, Tirthapada, Prabhupada says, the Tirtha, the Ganges, emanates from the pada of Vishnu, emanates from the toe of Vishnu, and that it eradicates all material distresses of the conditioned souls. So therefore, by taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, nothing is impossible. This is a great revelation in the scriptures with regard to the potency of the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, the lotus feet of the Lord is same as the Lord himself. But each part of the Lord has its own specific kind of reciprocation and significance for the devotees. When you speak of the lotus feet of the Lord is generally thought of in terms of protection. By holding on to the lotus feet of the Lord, one can get over all obstacles and dangers in mundane life. Everything about the Lord is absolute, and when the devotees who are always in need, being part and parcel, they are always in need of everything. They are not independent. They need protection, they need maintenance, they need power to achieve their desires. They are completely dependent upon the Supreme Lord, who is the proprietor of all the energies that are there. We as living entities also need energies. Especially in this material world, there is fear. And fear is largely coming due to lack of power. Lack of power to deal with existence. It may be financial power, maybe physical power, maybe health power, influential power, so many kinds of power there. Lack of these things brings fear. One's own existence, physical existence is threatened when somebody physically attacks. Is it not? So this world is full of dangers. Padam padam yad vipadam natesha. Every step in this material world is dangerous. As far as devotees of the Lord are concerned, they are peaceful because they take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. In other words, they pray to the lotus feet of the Lord, seeking shelter. If I am sheltered by the lotus feet of the Lord, then no danger can come. This is a reciprocation of the lotus feet of the Lord. And when the devotees continue such a relationship with the lotus feet of the Lord, then they become attached to the lotus feet of the Lord. By becoming attached to the lotus feet of the Lord, then we become fixed up in Krishna consciousness. When we worship the lotus feet of the Lord, when we look at the lotus feet of the Lord, when great reverence and respect flows from our heart towards the lotus feet of the Lord, who is always giving shelter to unlimited jivas, then we develop relationship with the Lord. And slowly our devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord rises up to the entire personality of Godhead. This is the reason why one has to cultivate one's attachment to the Lord, starting by attachment to the lotus feet of the Lord. That is stage one. It is the lotus feet of the deity, it is the lotus feet of the Lord that is mercifully protecting me, saving me, providing me, maintaining me in devotional service. Just like the holy name of the Lord, the holy name of the Lord is also another part of the Lord. Just like lotus feet of the Lord is a part of Lord's body, holy name of the Lord is part of Lord's self. It is part of Lord's self. And the holy name of the Lord is even more merciful than the lotus feet of the Lord. Especially in this age, we are not able to maintain a pure perception of the lotus feet of the Lord because we have no Shastra Chakshu. We do not have the spiritual eyes. The spiritual eyes is called Shastra Chakshu. Even when we are in this material world conditioned, there is a possibility of developing an inner eyes, spiritual eyes. That inner eyes is called Shastra Chakshus. Obviously, it is very clear that nowadays there is no question of, Shastras itself being propagated, being heard from pure sources. And therefore, there is no question of forming that kind of a perception in our life of everything. Everything to be seen with the eyes of the Shastras, Shastra Chakshus. That doesn't exist now. When that does not exist, then when we say the lotus feet of the Lord, nothing strikes in our heart. Nothing strikes in our heart. But if you hear from the Shastras all the wonderful activities, wonderful reciprocation historically, in so many cases from the lotus feet of the Lord, one gets attached to the lotus feet of the Lord. One takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So now, the holy name is the most merciful part of the Lord whom we have to worship. And by worshipping the holy name of the Lord, next it moves to the lotus feet of the Lord. By worshipping the holy name of the Lord, by developing a relationship with the holy name of the Lord, when one receives shelter, protection, kindness, care in his personal life from the holy name of the Lord, because holy name of the Lord is the actual incarnation. He is in our midst. As I was talking the other day in Udupi, the holy name of the Lord is just like, it looks like ordinary vibration, like so many vibration we produce with our tongue. Definitely this vibration is also produced with our tongue. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Table, chair, floor, these are also sounds produced by the tongue. And the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is also produced by the tongue. How do you say this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this sound is different from the word table and all those things? A nice example spontaneously came out, just like the government, there is paper all over the world. Different types of papers are there. Hardboard is there, color board is there, thin paper is there, and each of them have their own value. This hardboard is costlier than paper, GSM value. So every paper has got a paper value. That paper value is called inherent intrinsic value of the paper. Intrinsic objective value of the paper. So paper is all over. So many uses we are putting paper to. But by the authority of the government of India, a small piece of paper whose intrinsic value may be 5 rupees, is given the value 2000 rupees. Is 2000 rupees also a paper or not? It is paper. But how did 2000 rupee value come for it? The value has been invested in that paper. Yes or no? If the ordinary government of human beings can invest value on a piece of paper, can God not invest Nam Namakari Mahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis? Can He not invest all His Shaktis, not 2000 alone, all His Shaktis? Can He not invest on a vibration that you produce with your tongue? He can. See how people have faith on a 2000 rupee note. Why don't you see the objective value of it? It is paper only, no? Then you have faith in it. You are seeing on the paper what is not on the paper. But when it comes to Lord's incarnation, similarly, Lord's this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra that we produce with our tongue, it is not an ordinary vibration. It is a vibration into which all the Shaktis of the Lord is invested. It's a powerhouse of knowledge, a reservoir of pleasure, a reservoir of knowledge. Just like with 2000 rupees, small piece, you can buy a room full of papers. With one small paper, you can buy a full room full of papers. Similarly, with one vibration, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Not one room full. That's what it is said here. Nothing. What is difficult to achieve for determined men who have taken refuge of the Supreme Personality of God at lotus feet? What is difficult for determined men to achieve for those who have taken refuge in the holy name of the Lord? Nothing is impossible, as Prabhupada says here. For any living entity, therefore, who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, nothing is impossible. Kardama Muni is not special because he is a great devotee, because he is a great mystic, but because he is a great devotee. So devotees are in touch with the source of everything. Devotees are in touch with the Sarvakarana Karana. And devotees are in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead is ready to reciprocate us to the degree to which we surrender to Him, we develop our right perception by hearing from spiritual master, who is Guru, what is the disposition, what is the feeling towards Krishna, how to look at Him, etc., how to relate with Him. These are the things that we learn sitting at the lotus feet of a pure devotee who is fixed in the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is fixed at the lotus feet of the holy name. Srila Prabhupada was fixed at the lotus feet of the holy name. Again, what is the lotus feet of the holy name? Now you are saying lotus feet of the Lord. Now what is the lotus feet of the holy name? The lotus feet itself has protective, shelter-giving aspects. Those aspects are the lotus feet of the holy name. And the holy name is the particular way in which the holy name is manifest before us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is a composite spiritual personality. Hare is Radharani, Krishna is then Rama, a composite personality. In the spiritual world, all those things are possible. They'll join together and come down on earth. Okay, let's go down as Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Both of them will, Radharani and Krishna will make arrangement. Okay, we are going together as one personality. Chalo. That is Nama Prabhu. And Nama Prabhu engages in leelas of liberating all the living entities. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a personification who distributed this Nama Prabhu all over the world. And by praying to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can make this Nama Prabhu our Lord, our day-to-day Lord. Krishna is in Goloka Vrindavan, but the Nama Prabhu is in the midst of us. Nama Prabhu is our day-to-day God. The Nama of the Lord. And the Nami, the Supreme Personality of God, are non-different. But in manifestation, in relationship with the Lord, Nama is Nama. You cannot wear a garland to Nama. You can wear a garland to Nami. To Nama, your garlanding is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is it not? Any sound can be served with two of our senses, the tongue and the ears. And ears means mind. Ears don't hear actually. Only mind hears. So many sounds fall on our ears. We don't hear. We hear what the mind hears. So engaging our tongue and mind in service of the holy name, vibration, brings us all the shelter that is required for the devotee. All the protection from all dangers. There are revelations in the scriptures that the holy name is feared by death personified. That means even the holy name is capable of striking terror on those who are harming the devotees. They will strike terror also. So therefore, taking shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, taking shelter at the lotus feet of the holy name, Nama Prabhu, there is nothing impossible that the devotee can do for the Lord. In this material world, if you want to do anything, you need jnana, bala and kriya. And the source of all jnana, bala and kriya is the Lord Himself. Even for atheists also, jnana, bala, kriya, only He gives. But He gives through the laws of karma. He gives to those who deserve. First they should deserve, then they desire, then they get it. If they deserve and they don't deserve, if they desire and they don't deserve, He gives them the intelligence. Now you got a desire. Now how to deserve it, go and work for it. He gives intelligence and makes them work for it, earn and then he reminds them, look, you had a desire that time, now come on, I'm sanctioning you. These are all automatically, Kala is doing all these things. Guna, Kala, Karma is awarding Jnana, Bala, Kriya, Sukha, Dukkha to all the living entities in this material world. But those who are pure devotees of the Lord, who have taken shelter of the Lord, who have no other desire than the desire of the Lord, for such persons nothing is impossible. All the Jnana, Bala and Kriya will serve them in service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like in this case of Kardama Muni, who was the greatest mystic. And not because he was a mystic he became a devotee, but because he was a devotee he got all the mystic power. Because he was a devotee he knew how to use the mystic power. That is why Srila Prabhupada said, everything belongs to God, everything should be engaged in service of the Lord. When you don't engage something in the service of the Lord, when you engage for your own self-satisfaction, that is Maya. Material energy, when it is utilized for Krishna, then it is not Maya. But the energy is absolute, energy is belonging to the Lord. It is a Vaibhava of the Lord. This material energy is His creation, millions of universes. The way they are arranged, the way life is organized, everything is arrangement of the Supreme Lord. It is not automatic. These are all the Vaibhava, these are all the opulences of the personality of Godhead. So those opulences is shared by the devotee if he wants to serve the Lord. His desire, the pure devotee's desire is to serve the Lord. He is out of his own small well. I, mine, my world, my power, my this, it's all is out of that. He is into Lord's wish, Lord's will, Lord's work. Immediately through those, he comes out of his whole identity that I am this body, he comes out of it. And I am the Amsha of God. I am a servant of God. So we in Krishna consciousness movement, we engage everything in Krishna's service. Prabhupada gave a beautiful example. Just like electrical energy can be used for heating and for refrigeration. Same energy. Similarly, this material energy can be used to glorify God, to remember God, to create Vaikuntha on earth. This material energy can be used. And the same material energy can be used to make us forget God. Like for cooling. Electricity can be used for cooling or for heating. So cooling and heating are effects. Electricity is electricity. Similarly, all the Shaktis of the Lord, they are belonging to the Lord. They are belonging to the Lord. It belongs to the Lord. With this world also, material energy, you cannot say it is Maya. When we forget it belongs to the Lord, then the effect of the material energy on your mind is Maya. In the mind of the perceiver, when he sees this energy as it is for my enjoyment, that is a definition of Maya. Not that this energy is Maya. Energy is energy. It is really existing. It comes forth from Mahavishnu, goes through creation, sthiti, then annihilation, and then this cycle of creation, maintenance, annihilation is eternally going on. The Shakti is coming. The original energy of the Lord is called Pradhana. Pradhana, all the variegatedness that you see, all compresses, all the earth merges into universal earth, water merges into universal water, etc. Then universal earth merges into universal water merges into universal fire, air, then into universal ether, then what finally exists is ether, then what finally exists is pradhana beyond that. Then all the subtle elements, manas, buddhi, ahankara, it all goes back, but all these things are compressed as pradhana. Then finally as Mahattattva, it goes and stays inside Mahavishnu's body. And the next cycle of creation, again these Brahmandas are coming out of Mahavishnu, and he glances them, and all the jivas are injected into those universes. Those jivas are also going, all the jivas who have not completed their journey, they go and sit again inside the Mahavishnu's body. They come forth and get again, the secondary creator is Brahma. Brahma again creates bodies for all of them. When the time of annihilation comes, Shiva executes his duty of annihilating the entire material world. Any questions? जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु की जय.